Hello everyone, this is JPL and today I'm joined with
Right.
and we are the podcast name in brackets. So, yeah, Dwight, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. A little bit tired.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So, how was your week last time since we talked?
Well, since then I've watched more Doctor Who that proved me wrong about a few things.
We watched the whole season of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah, which means Clara was...
She was back again, then she was dead again, then she was back.
And
well,
now,
not dead again, but...
now she's kind of dead and gone.
Yeah.
Ish. Yes and no at the same time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Assume we're not likely to see her again.
Yeah.
Assume they were giving her an ending, but also being like, okay, she's not just dead.
Turns out she just comes back next season.
She's like, yeah, I'm on my way to return to my death, but I thought I'd have fun on the way, and just got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, Clara was definitely a character that's like Moffat wrote, like fell in love with that character and just couldn't kill that character off.
Yep. Well, it did kill that character off several times. However,
But he just couldn't let that stay.
In ways that.
So.
I would equate what happened with her to what happened with Danny in the last season, where killed off a few episodes early so that we can try to do something about her death in the finale episodes, just to have it not quite work out, but get some emotional payoff.
Yeah, except the difference was, like, her death was just, like, an end. And, it was performed, it was written as if, that's the last time we're going to have Clara.
Yeah.
Whereas Danny, it just happened suddenly.
Yeah.
And then she came back.
People still feel emotions, they'll still want to do something about it.
Yeah, but that wasn't the whole thing,
Well, that was the whole thing. That's... If they'd planned for her to just go out that way, that would have been the final episode rather than the third to last.
Not necessarily.
I think so.
Not necessarily, because the finale would have been just Gallifrey.
Yeah, but what on Gallifrey?
I don't know. Gallifrey? The place that we haven't been on since Old Who, really?
Yeah.
So, big stuff. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Sure.
We got to see the Doctor emotionally struggle.
Yeah. And we'll see where we go from here.
Yep. On
top of that, we did Ruby.
Yep.
We're all
got that off.
We're all caught up, and so all that's left is the finished end versus Rebels and the last thing of Doctor Who.
Yeah. Time is drawing to a close.
Yes. And then I don't know what's next. Space, the final frontier.
Yes.
Yes.
Boldly go where man has not gone before.
Yes, I've been watching a lot of Star Trek recently, so.
Nice. I want to see that new Picard series. Mostly just because Next Generation was one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's not good.
It's not?
No.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Like,
the only quote-unquote good parts is when we actually have next-gen characters cameo. And everything else is just bland, boring, just dumb.
Are there more people with that opinion other than you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's most people.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. This whole new CBS Star Trek is just not been good.
I'd still like to see it.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Picard's one of my favorite captains.
Yeah. So, yeah, last night I saw the episode Worf has that best line ever in the show.
Yes.
I
Captain, I am not a merry man.
I love that. It was just like, oh yeah, that's great. Love it. Like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed that episode a lot.
Oh yeah.
We love some good historical time travel. Well, not historical. Robin Hood. We love some good Robin Hood.
I mean, you do.
I do. And we, as in, there are lots of people who do.
Yeah.
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 Do you not like a good Robin Hood?
Not really.
What? Robin Hood's great.
Sure.
Robin Hood is a character.
I mean, he's probably great the first time, but the 100th time I've seen that character, and it's kind of.
So they can do him so many different ways. They can do him well. They can do him badly.
But I'd rather not see like a whole bunch of Robin Hoods.
Hmm.
Like, I guess the only real Robin Hood I actually liked was the old cartoon.
Yeah.
The Disney one.
I used to watch the old TV show.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that.
Right, yeah. And so, yeah. That's just... I don't know.
I'm a big Robin Hood fan.
I'm not. I don't really care too much for that character.
I like the aesthetic. I like the character. I like his morals.
I like Green Arrow.
Yeah.
But Robin Hood, I don't.
Why do you like one over the other?
I don't know.
Let's break it down. What do you like about Green Arrow?
I guess Green Arrow is just like he's a superhero within the past century.
Mm-hmm.
Versus Robin Hood and his band of merry men just in...
I love sword fights.
Yeah. No. Depends.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with me? I got tastes.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. Robin Hood just didn't really intrigue me so much.
Huh?
As the Green Arrow.
I don't equate them. They're two very different characters.
They are. Definitely.
I just like them both individually.
They're both, green people. With bows and arrows.
And Robin Hood did it first.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And then we had the Green Arrow.
We had this whole book of Robin Hood stories when I was growing up.
Cool.
It was good. It was a good book.
That's fine.
We watched the series, watched the Disney show.
Yeah.
Watched Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is...
I want to see that.
That one's really funny.
Yeah, I'd bet it is.
Cary Elwes in it. We love Cary Elwes.
Okay, whatever that is.
He's Wesley from Princess Bride.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my celebrity lookalike. What I'm told.
No.
I mean,
dye your hair blonde.
Too many people have told me. Look, you don't have to have exactly the same hair color.
No, but if you
it's our facial structures. It's our manners.
I'm not seeing it though.
Okay.
Like your hair is dark and you have a beard.
Yeah. Well, he has a beard and Men in Tights. So.
Okay. I still don't see it though.
He doesn't see it. Well, I've been told by enough people that.
And the audience probably won't see it because they can't see your face.
I mean, they can watch me on your channel.
Oh yeah.
On my channel.
Yeah, if they even do.
Why shouldn't they?
I don't know.
They're fun. They're good.
Sure.
Check them out.
I don't know if people actually will. Like, no one actually listens to these podcasts, but we still do them.
If you are listening, we encourage you to check out our other stuff. Because, why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
if you're here.
We're locked inside. We got the coronavirus. There's nothing better to do.
You've got lots of extra time on your hands.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
We've got time to fill for you.
So you say. Yes.
Yeah. We can fill that time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fill that time.
The question is, can we fill that time?
I mean, we can. We can fill that time. It's just like when you go into a podcast with no idea what you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably best to set aside topics.
Yeah.
Such as, I don't know, storytelling or something. I know beforehand podcasts that I did were just based upon certain movies.
Right.
Or top 5 lists, which you've done.
I haven't actually done a top 5 list.
Okay.
Or
No, you have.
Top list with you.
Are you sure?
We planned to do it, but I wasn't there when you guys.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. You weren't.
I mean, I made my list and stuff, but I wasn't there when you did it.
You was busy.
Yeah.
You was busy.
I mean, I can go through and share my top movie of the past every year for the past 10 years, but.
I mean, go top 5 from this past year. Just
top 5. Okay, let me pull up my list.
Okay, so he's pulling up a list
from 2019. I actually saw the most new movies that I've seen in a long time.
For me, it's the least movies.
All right, where are we at? Boom. Okay. So I watched 16 new films from the year 2019.
We're only looking at 5.
And out of those, my top 5, number 1 was Joker. Number 2 was Knives Out. Number 3 was Endgame. Number 4 was Yesterday. And number 5 was Jumanji 2.
Which was the top, though?
Joker.
Okay, you should have done the reverse order. Sorry, that's just how we do it in the podcast. We start with 5 and go down.
Okay. Well, we can start talking about 5 and...
no, I don't know. I don't want to do that whole process. I just was interested in what your list was. Yeah, Joker was my number 1.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I only saw like 6 movies.
Did you see any of those other ones I mentioned?
Endgame.
Right, of course.
And that's probably it.
Okay. Knives Out was one that surprised me.
I mean, there are definitely like some more stuff that I saw that I just completely forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
I would have added to the list. Invader Zim was one.
Hmm.
It was a Netflix movie. I completely forgot about that.
Right.
I just going through Netflix and I saw that. I was like, oh wait, yeah, I saw that. Crap, that should have been my list.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I had on my list. What did I put on my list? You don't know.
I don't.
I don't.
Did you put Godzilla King of Monsters on there?
I did put Godzilla King of Monsters on there.
Very good.
What would I have replaced? You know, it's a very important question. I don't know where... I have a little booklet here that I like to do things with.
Well, I think what's so good about Joker, it didn't try to like let the setting make it a good movie. It tried to let the writing, the character, make it a good movie.
Yeah, I think I would have replaced Batman vs. Ninja Turtles with...
Batman vs. Ninja Turtles. That one sounds interesting.
Yes and no. It's fun, but you know, there's some stuff that I don't really care about it.
Sure.
Such as the voice acting.
Huh.
And
I don't think I saw many animated films.
Animated stuff is just what I normally do.
Yeah. The only animated ones I saw were Frozen 2, Toy Story 4, and Lego Movie 2.
I only just recently saw Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2. Because it's on Disney+.
Right.
Yeah?
I enjoy Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4, yeah, it's an okay story, but I don't think I really needed it.
You never need any movies, okay?
Well,
Look,
no.
Just stop talking about whether or not we needed Toy Story 4. You can still enjoy Toy Story 4. Stop.
No, hold on. It's not that we need it. It's like it should have stopped. Cause
I think it's fine.
I don't really think it flows well.
Maybe
as a continuation.
I think
I don't really want to go deeply into it, but it's like, because I really just cannot give you specifics right now.
I think it offered a payoff to Woody's story where it would have been fine ending it with the last one, but I also think it's fine ending it with this one. Yes,
and you know, it works, yes and no. Like, it's nice and all, but it goes, it's a complete opposite of the whole story and the whole lesson of the third film. It's just, let's forget about it. So, in terms of Frozen 2,
it's alright.
Like, Frozen in general, it's just not a series I'd say is the best. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. I enjoyed more of the music from this one more than I like the first one.
Oh, I disagree. I think the music from the first one is much better.
I think a few songs from the first one are better. But then more of the songs from this movie.
I like maybe one or two songs from this movie. Everything else is just a waste of my time, and I don't really care about it.
Okay, well, I'm happy wasting my time on it because
yes, you do.
There's 3 songs I really enjoy from that film. 2 I like, and 1 that I'm kind of like, eh. There was actually a lot of music in that film.
In the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of music. A lot more than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I say that the first one is better, because the smaller choice means more quality in those smaller choices.
Maybe. But I don't know. I'm a big music guy.
Oh sure.
Like,
oh sure, yeah.
I look like I criticize music pretty hard, and first song in Frozen 2, well, sorry, second. The first one, the lullaby, I really enjoy. It's pretty. It has, then when the rest of the instrumentation picks up and it builds, it gets like it builds and it's big and it's really, really nice. The next one kind of falls flat. It's the one that I don't care for, but the rest of the music,
yeah.
I appreciate Kristoff's song just because of the meme of it.
I don't like that song.
You don't?
It's a waste of time.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, sure, but it's like,
you gotta stop. You gotta enjoy the little things, man.
It went on for way too long.
It was just a song.
It was just a song, just for a song. Donate it.
Olaf's song was much more pointless in this movie.
It was, however, it had a nice tune. It was catchy.
This one had a nice tune.
It did not.
It did.
I greatly dislike this song.
You can believe that, but
yeah, Olaf's song just
it's tongue in cheek. It's making fun of itself, and I think it did it that very well. It made me laugh.
Yeah, sure. I don't think it should have been there though.
Maybe
because tonally, it's way different from everything else in the movie,
and they did that on purpose.
Bad job. I think it's a bad job.
Look, the movie. If it was the movie itself,
if it was its own thing,
it basically
is. Yeah, but it's in a whole movie.
The plot of the rest of the movie doesn't really carry itself. So
if it was like its own short release somewhere else and not in this movie, sure, let it be. But in this movie, it doesn't work.
I think it did.
No.
Don't just say no as if you're objectively right in this circumstance.
I'm not saying it objectively.
Okay.
I'm just saying no.
You're saying no as if you're saying that I am wrong. And it's all subjective. It's all opinion.
Yeah? What's your point?
My point is, I don't just say no to your arguments.
Mm-hmm.
I've several times said, okay, you can think that, but I think that. As opposed to just saying, that's wrong. So, I'm just saying. Especially when I preface my stuff with, I think that it's a funny ploy. You get comedic songs all the time. Olaf's song was a comedic song. And I think this one, it took itself not seriously enough. But not that it didn't take itself seriously enough. It took itself at the right amount of seriousness. Like, they were like, oh, we've never given Kristoff a song, and here's what we could do. And they made it funny, and I think that it was a valid choice. Because what else are you going to do? Try to make a serious song in that moment?
Well, no, like, have the song actually do something than just to have a song. It's like, yeah, I know we're talking about like Sven's, was it Kristoff's?
Kristoff.
Yes. It's Kristoff's inner monologue, but it's like throughout the whole sequence, nothing was really happening. Like nothing was doing anything. Versus Olaf's stupid song, stuff was actually going on. Like we were being introduced to that wind creature, and
Yes.
stuff was going on. Versus Kristoff's song, he was just singing and doing all these poses,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing was really
You
being
look
done.
back at a lot of Disney movies, and not much happens during their silly songs.
I don't even think those are good either. So
Okay. I think I enjoy the music.
for me-
I enjoy the
music-
joke of it. I think it's okay to make a song that is a joke.
and of course, I don't like musicals in general.
Yeah.
Definitely do not like musicals in general. Like I think I like the music by itself, but like in a story, it doesn't work for me.
And you see, a lot of people share that opinion, and I think that's fine.
Mhm.
We all like different stuff.
Sure.
But I think, analyzing it as a person who does enjoy musicals, that song was intended as a joke, and I appreciate it as a joke.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, whatever.
Whatever. We're not changing each other's minds.
I'm just trying to have a discussion about it, not necessarily
Discussion.
change your mind about it.
Sure.
What else are we supposed to do on this podcast?
I don't know. Talk about our past or something. What stories can we tell? Let's see. What's the earliest memory you have?
The earliest memory I have,
Yes.
I was sitting in a bucket while my dad and grandpa worked on the drywall on our house. Like we added an addition, like a second floor,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was still all plywood and stuff. And my dad and my grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting in a bucket as they worked, and that's the first thing I remember.
Okay.
There's even a picture of it in my baby photo album.
That's nice.
Yes.
Do you know why you were sitting in a bucket?
I have no idea. I just remember doing it.
Okay.
Early.
So you did it of your own free will.
I don't remember. Maybe they put me there so that I wouldn't like get splinters or something.
So you're just sitting in a bucket, and just suddenly, it just clicked for you. I have memory. And it starts
No,
here.
it's just that it was a memorable thing.
Yeah, I know. But it's like you wonder.
Perhaps those other memories before that are in there somewhere, but the first one that like I can recall, the first one that I pick out, is that one.
So when do we actually start remembering things?
I don't know. I'd say it's mostly just like a matter of priority, a matter of like, maybe it'll be important to remember this thing.
Okay.
So other things just pass you by, and you're like,
So,
I don't like at the moment, at the time, it's not important for you to like hold that in your mind.
right.
And then at some point you realize, thinking back on things can be a good thing.
Sitting in a bucket.
Yes.
This is really important to remember.
I mean, it was a sweet moment.
Sure.
I remember my dad, my grandpa. It was just a time. that I
Oh
spent
yeah,
with them,
yeah. Let's see. My first memory. How old were you?
I have no idea. I was like maybe 1.5, 2, around there.
It's really early.
It is pretty early.
Yes, I was about 3. I was 3. And my first memory is of me drowning.
Oh, nice.
I remember it so vividly. 'Cause I was in Paraguay in a swimming pool. It was like this, normal deep pool, and they don't really have a kid sections. Instead, they just had this like blue tarp, and they put me on a tarp in the water. And I remember looking over, and I can see my sister, and I just remember just going out towards her, and going in the water, nearly drowning. And for like a while now, for like a long time, I thought it's just like a weird dream until I figured out. And then I learned, oh wait, that actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange because I think I might have had an out of body experience as well. Because I do remember Um, just looking at myself and seeing other things happen at the same time. It was weird. I don't know exactly what happened, but it's like...
One explanation for that is, like, you remember the event...
Yes.
And then you imagine and visualize that in your mind, not necessarily from your visual memory. Not necessarily from your eyes, but you remember it taking place. And so you remember thinking about it, therefore you remember seeing you do it.
Yes, but I'm also seeing things that I should not have been able to see.
Yeah?
Like I'm seeing specifically my parents freaking out, them specifically knocking over something, it's spilling on the ground.
Did they ever tell you that happened?
I've never asked.
Okay.
I don't think they remember specifically what they did, because it was so long ago, but they remembered me nearly drowning, then me being found. And so...
That also is possibly
like,
you making up details.
It could be, but it's like...
It's interesting.
Those are like something that I remember vividly, that I just know from like a long time. And that's the first thing I remember as a kid.
See, my dad has the memory of a house, the interior of a house, that he never actually went inside. But he was able to describe it to his mom accurately, and she thinks it's because she described it to him when he was younger, or described it around him, and he picked up on it. So he invented these memories based on things that he heard. Yeah. So, because, like, memory at that point in time is weird, because as a kid that age, you're still learning, like, what is real, what is imagination, what is, like... I have vivid memories of things that were actually just dreams, that for a time I actually thought were real, and, like, had a hard time, like, differentiating between the memories I had of real life and the memories I had of dreams.
Yeah.
And I noticed that they were... Like, I noticed when they weren't similar.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in dreams, when I could fall off a high object and kind of just, like, float to the ground. Or switch bodies with my siblings. And I'm sure that didn't actually happen in real life, because those are impossible. But I remember them as if they did happen, because just the understanding of, like, memory versus imagination at that age is a little muddled. So...
Yeah, in terms of my memory, I don't fully 100% believe it's like all of it is completely true, but it's like if it is all true, that's pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
So, I'll just leave that there.
I was just suggesting a possible explanation.
It's a possible explanation.
Not saying I doubt you. Yeah.
Like if it happened, it's pretty neat.
That is.
Yeah, I know that one dream, like the only dream I really remember from way back when was I was being chased by a jumping snake.
A jumping snake?
Yeah.
When you say that, does it like coil up and then like spring, or?
Something like that. Like really how it is, it's like I remember, because like I knew...
My other option was like a snake with legs that was like doinky doinky doinky.
No, it was the whole world I could describe it. It's like I'm in this like this gray barren landscape that's just flat, and like I come out of like what is like a trailer home type thing, and then there's just a snake that just it's caught up and just jumps straight up into the air, like high up in the sky, and just falling up, and I start running and it's jumping and chasing me, and that's it. It was weird, but I remembered it since I first had it.
I remember a lot of dreams that I had when I was a kid. Especially, I would have a bunch of recurring dreams. Some of these were a lot of them were nightmares.
Yeah.
One of them, I would get trampled in the middle of a desert by a bunch of robotic buffalo. Like they were buffalo cyborgs.
Buffalo cyborgs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would just be standing there, and I'd hear the rumbling, and I'd turn, and I'd see them, and I'd try to run, and I couldn't get away, and then they'd trample me to death.
Yeah.
Another one, I would be this superhero with rocket boots, and I would be the resident hero of this floating city, basically an island that floats in the sky. And I would go around, I would rescue people, and then there was a villain that I would face, and I eventually would defeat him. But as soon as I would, like, my rocket boots would stop working, and I was not at the time over the floating city, like I had gone past the borders to defeat him, and so my boots would stop working, and I would just fall into the clouds below and wake up. Those were my two most vivid recurring dreams. But
yeah, like, most dreams I don't remember having.
Yeah.
Like, there's this large period of time where, like, I don't even think I actually dreamed. Or maybe I did, but just I don't even while sleeping, I don't remember actually having dreams.
Here's the thing. If you have a significant amount of sleeping time without dreaming, like, that'll make you forget whatever you dreamt. And if you go to sleep... So if you wake up and you even remember vividly having a dream, and then you go to sleep again, by the time you wake up again, remembering that dream will be nearly impossible. It's happened to me several times even this year where I was like, ooh, that was an interesting dream. I need to work through what happened so that I don't forget what happened. And I'd, like, speak through the order of events, and then I'd go back to sleep, and then I'd wake up and be like, well, I remember doing that, but I don't remember what the dream was.
Yeah, I write it down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dream journaling.
Yeah, yeah, I don't even remember dreams first times, because, I don't know, it just seemed, it feels... If
you wake up in the minute, like, the best way to remember a dream is when you wake up when you were just having it. Because then the events are, like, they just happened and then you woke up.
Yeah, even then, it's like, it's really rare when something like that happens.
Yeah.
And so, it sometimes too feels like I don't dream. I don't think that's fully true, but it's like...
It's a matter of REM cycles.
Yeah.
Like, depending on when you wake up during, like...
Like, that was, like, the
cycle.
case when I was, like, a teenager in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any really dreams. The only times I really dreamt is when, like, I daydreamed. And so...
What I would assume is that you wake up in the period of your REM cycle when you aren't dreaming.
Yeah.
And so that makes it hard to remember what you had dreamt before that.
Also, my sleep cycle was just way off. I stayed up super late.
Well, that helps too.
And then, I just, like, close my eyes during the day and just think things and just create these things in my mind and be very visual of that. Kind of doze out at the same time. What were we talking about?
Dreams.
Let's see. I know I had something about dreams I wanted to point out. But, I had that snake dream. Had that for a long time. Yeah.
There's this one element that has recurred in a bunch of my dreams that I've just started calling the stairs building. And
The stairs building.
Essentially, the set piece for a lot of my dreams will be this enormous building, like a hotel or something like that, that has a bunch of flights of stairs. It's not always the same, but the elements of a lot of rooms, a lot of levels, and a lot of stairs in this enormous building that you never actually leave when you think about it. I don't know if any other people have the same kind of recurring stairs building in their dreams, but this is something that's been in so many of mine. Like, doesn't matter what the dream is. Maybe it's a turf war between me and a rival gang, but the levels of the building, the floors of the building are the different, like, gang areas. Or maybe I'm protecting my neighbor's kids from a homicidal maniac, and we go out and go to the park, but the park is still within the building. We live on a floor with rooms, and we go down the stairs to get there, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just like my mind, the place it puts me in to do all this action is just an enormous building with a bunch of flights of stairs. And part of it, I think, is like if I'm ever chasing or searching, the amounts of stairs makes it both hard harder to find somebody and more interesting to run through, I guess. Like, you can jump over banisters, slide down them, I don't know, but...
Yeah.
It's weird. I can't explain it, but the stairs building just returns in all of my dreams.
I feel like I have a lot of dreams where I'm just... There's a point where you're kind of hiding against aliens or something.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like the same types of aliens. It's always like, if I had recently watched, like, the Aliens movies or something, then, you know, I'll dream of the xenomorph. Or just something in general. One reoccurring one is just like an alien's just plant bombs. And it's like, you gotta deactivate the bombs. For some reason, the Earth is square.
I've had a lot of weird dreams. I don't think I've had a lot of aliens in my dreams. I remember.
It's because I watch a lot of...
Usually it's more human
space stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So, people dreaming about you.
What about...
You got any stories about that one? Or?
I don't think... Well, I guess a few times, somebody has told me they had a dream that I was involved with, but I can't remember any specific.
Okay.
Ooh, I just remembered another really confusing dream that I had once.
Okay.
I was trying to think through dreams that I've had that involved other people, and one specifically, I was sitting on a couch, watching a movie. I don't remember what movie, and I was sitting next to Janae, my fiance, and I held her hand and started cuddling, and then I get a tap on the shoulder, and I look over, and the person who tapped me on the shoulder is Janae on the other side of me, and she's looking really annoyed, and I'm just like, oh gosh, how can I be cuddling with this person? I feel really bad. And every time I would look away, I would forget that the person I had just been holding hands with was Janae. And so I kept switching back and forth between the two, and they were the same person. And like, I would feel really guilty that I was holding somebody else's hand, that I was cuddling with somebody else who wasn't my fiance. But it was. But every time I would look away to the other one, I would forget that. It was just a weird dream, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would be annoyed, I would feel guilty, I would switch over, and then the other one would do the same thing.
You know, for me, in elementary, I had a Canadian friend who said, in one dream he had, he was in Canada, and I was driving a bus. I don't know why, I just thought that was important, but yeah, that was fun. And then another kid just had this weird one, where it's like, this military operation was like coming and killing everyone in the school. Like, all of us were just locked inside a classroom. And like, half the class decide it's safe, and so they left the room. But, you know, me and a handful just stayed there. I fell asleep on a beating bag. They snuck into the ceiling, into the shaft system, just stayed up there. The military people came into the room. They saw me sleeping and thought I was dead.
Oh.
And then they left. And that was it.
That's funny.
I thought it was a funny dream, so that's interesting.
Ooh, I do remember one dream my brother had that he said involved me. He was in this like escape mansion, well, like a getaway, a vacation mansion type place, cabin, and the rest of our family was there, and he said while he was there, a groundskeeper came up to them and would just go up to people, and he would tell them how they were going to die. And it would always happen within like 2 days of that happening, of being told. So people had started like spreading the word that like, oh, if you talk to this groundskeeper, he's going to tell you how you're going to die, and it's going to happen within the next 2 days. And I think I ended up getting speared or something, or falling off a cliff. But what makes this dream really memorable is that he and his friend, he said, were sitting on a couch, and he talked to his friend, and he's like, so have you talked to this groundskeeper guy? And he's like, yeah. He said I was going to die. He didn't say when, but he said that I was going to get machine guns to death. And my brother's like, oh, okay. And then the door bursts open. This guy steps in with a machine gun and, like, shoots him right there on the couch. And, like, walks out. And Nathaniel's like, huh, he did get machine gunned to death. And then he ended up just staying there and having a conversation with another guy while his friend was, like, machine gunned to death on the couch. And Nathaniel says that the groundskeeper eventually told him how he was going to die. And, like, in the dream, he was just like, oh, this is real. Like, I have to come to terms with death. And he says that he did, and then he woke up, and he was really mad that he, like, went through all of that just when it was actually a dream. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. There was one dream, where I was getting married to someone.
Okay.
And it really freaked me out because it felt like an actual thing.
Oh, nice.
And so, I woke up and, like, I was sweating, like, my senses were agitated, and then lightning struck right then and there. And, like, for some reasons, like, that's weird. Is this a premonition or something? You know, I just texted the girl and it's like, hey, did you have any weird dreams last night? She was like, no. I'm like, okay. And left it there.
What a way to start a conversation. Hey, like, did you have any weird dreams last night?
Yeah.
No? Oh, good. Good.
I mean,
yeah.
So it's like I never told her the actual dream, but it's like,
nice.
I liked her more after the dream, but
oh no.
But you know,
that's funny.
That was a funny time.
You ever had, like, a noise from the actual world make it into a dream, or elements from the actual world influence your dream?
I mean, yeah, like, I know there's noises that mean that my dream is ending now.
Oh, yeah?
It's like it's time to wake up.
Right.
There was this system when I was, like, in middle school and high school where it's like I would have the fan on, and the fan was right next to my bed. And, like, the way I'd wake up is like I didn't have an alarm clock. My dad will come in and turn off the fan. And, like, there's, like, this soft click. And so every time that clicked happened, I just wake up immediately.
Interesting.
So
I have a really, like, had a really weird dream that was, like, kind of like that, where throughout the whole dream there had been this guy who had been randomly showing up and murdering, like, my friends. Like, it was me, a few of my siblings, a few of my friends in this group, and we were traveling, and he would just show up random places and he would shoot one of us, and we tried to fight back, but he would, like, always get away. And towards the end of the dream, we were in this getaway car, and suddenly the engine died, and we see the guy, and he's coming up, and he's got a shotgun, and we had a gun somewhere inside the vehicle, so we were frantically trying to get at that, and one of my siblings gets out of the car, tries to attack him, and gets shot. And then this guy starts working his way around to the other side, where there are other people, and, like, he's reloading his weapon. And I was like, we gotta do something. I find the gun, and then, at that moment, I just hear my alarm clock. And I know it's my alarm clock. I understand exactly what it is. It's like, okay, this is a dream. That's my alarm clock coming to wake me. And I'm about to wake up from this dream. But then in the dream, I was like, if I wake up now, this guy is going to keep killing my friends.
Yeah.
And so I resisted for, like, I don't know how long it was. but I stayed in the dream long enough to point the gun and shoot him.
Okay.
And then I woke up.
Yeah.
And it's weird that I was like, oh, this is just a dream. That's my alarm clock. It's time to wake up now. But I need to stay asleep long enough to kill this dream killer.
You kind of want to just end the story.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't to end the story. It was to protect those people.
It's like...
that was like, they were dream people, of course. Yeah. But, like, for some reason, my rationale was, like, I had to protect them anyway. Mm. Even understanding it was a dream. I had to stay asleep just long enough to stop that guy from hurting anyone else.
Like, I know that there, for some reason, you always wake up in a dream when the story is just about to get really interesting. Where it's like in the most climactic moment where something is happening.
Right.
And then you wake up and it's like, crap. I need to know how this ends.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what it was. So
one thing I'll say about my dreams is it will feel like that a lot of the time.
Yes.
But then when I stop and think about it, climactic things have been happening the entire dream.
Yeah.
It's just some of them were far enough ago that I kind of forgot what the details were or what necessarily was. And so it's just the current climactic thing that when I wake up, it interrupts that. Mm-hmm. So there are times when it does build up to a point and then I wake up, but I think a lot of the time my dream has just been exciting the whole time and then it ends and it feels like, oh, just when we were getting to the good part, but I just don't remember the rest of the good parts. So
yeah.
But
it's like, it's always,
I want to figure out how that part ended. Yeah.
It's like, I want to know how it ends though, but I don't know what the actual story was.
Yes.
Like, man, this is a cliffhanger.
I've had dreams that, like, have had very, like, clear plot lines. It's been interesting. And they've stayed consistent throughout the whole thing. Like, in one of them, some friends and I were in, like, a fantasy setting, and we had to collect all the parts of these magical arrow to defeat one of my other friends who was a villain. We did, and we shot him into a volcano. And then, like, the whole time it was established there were characters, there was a plot, there was a need, and the whole time we did all, like, we carried out the same mission, like, we weren't distracted. Like, dreams can so often, like, start out one way, and then suddenly stuff happens, and now it's an entirely different plot line or story.
Yes.
Another one, I was kind of like a superhero type character, and my family members kept moving off to this distant city where everything was said to be amazing. But I had to protect where I currently was because it wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
But then at one point, I get, like, blown miles away by a villain, and when I land, like, there's a sign that says, welcome to wherever it was. Like, it was, like, Ottoville or something like that. Welcome to Ottoville. And, like, it was this weird dystopia place where, like, you can tell it was lied about. And there's this homeless man in the alleyway who tries to eat me. And he's got this crazy, creepy smile. And, like, police cars would come through and they'd, like, dump out sick bodies for the homeless people to feed on. And that's where my dream ended. But, like, I started the dream establishing that it's this one ideal city, and then throughout the dream I eventually get there and find out, oh no, it's not what they said. It's kind of like a dramatic reveal in a film, like, Soylent Green is people, or something like that. Like, it's not what we thought it was.
Yeah.
There's something like that in The Walking Dead or something, but...
or like Planet of the Apes. Like
Planet of the Apes,
like,
yeah.
You're animals.
Yeah.
So you all the heck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often, but I occasionally get, like, very, like contained dreams, very, like, consistent dreams that start and end in a certain place.
Yeah. Let's see. Like, do you ever have, like, these moments where it's like, you close your eyes to go to sleep, 2 seconds pass, you wake up, and it's the very next day?
I've had a few moments like that. Mm-hmm. But, like, only 2 or 3 that I can actually remember.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think there's only like one time where it's like really significant, where like it really only feels like 2 seconds have passed, and like it was the first time it had happened. I was a kid. Let's see. Let's say that this was in 2006 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Chile for a conference in the hotel room. And it's the first night there. I go there. I go to bed. It's like, I'm so happy. I get to like dream or something. Close my eyes. Open them. It's the next morning. It's like, oh crap. It's like, how did that happen? Did I time travel or something?
The thing about that is you don't feel like you rested.
No.
When it happens. It's just like, I blink and now the night's over.
It's like,
but I still feel the same.
It's like, what?
I don't feel like I got any rest. I don't feel like yeah. It's weird.
It's like, what happened? Did I transcend time or something? Just what?
Yeah. These days I can't do that.
No.
Sometimes it'll be like I'll close my eyes and open them and it's like maybe an hour later or something and it's like still the middle of the night, but like
yeah. It's like
I wake up a lot in the middle of the night and just go back to sleep. I've gotten really good at just falling back asleep again.
I tend to wake up and fall back asleep like in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like wake up at like 6. It's like
I woke up at 8:30 today and I was like, I need to be up at 9. I could just get up now, but I'll sleep another half hour.
Yeah. It's always like
some people can't do that.
I don't need to be awake till like 12. But it's like 8 o'clock right now. It's like, why did I wake up?
Oh, and last night, I told you this, but I woke up at 4:30 because the cat was screaming and look out the window into the porch and the cat has murdered and eviscerated a rabbit.
Yeah.
And it's just like looming over her prey. Just like, look what I have conquered. There's still tufts of fur in there.
Like she does that sometimes. Huh?
I just want to ask, the guy's mowing today.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you put your van on the pavement?
My van, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
He'll probably ask about your car again.
Yeah. I might give it to him. Like, I haven't found other options that are available right now. Yeah.
Don't be pressured. I'm
Yeah.
just going to say.
Yeah.
He'll probably ask every time.
Alright.
So, yeah.
A
rabbit was murdered outside my room tonight.
Yeah.
The cat's already hiding the evidence.
In her stomach.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I saw her one time eating a squirrel.
Nice.
It was an image to behold. It's like, wow.
You know what's the funny thing, though? The entire, like, gnarly scene, there wasn't a lot of blood. Rabbits don't bleed a lot.
Yeah, it's like, the whole time it's like, man, you'd expect there to be a lot of blood. But no, it seems to be mainly humans or something.
I wonder if humans are just a little more
bloody. Yeah, maybe.
Though, animals do have fur to, like, mop it up. To begin with, at least.
It might also just be the case where it's like, we have this expectation based upon, like, films.
Right.
It's like, this is what blood splatters going to be like. It's like, Kill Bill.
Well, I know that if my internal organs were ripped out and poured all over the porch, like, there would be a lot more blood in that rabbit.
Like, hoses of blood.
Kill Bill is already ridiculous.
200 gallons of blood.
It's so ridiculous. Man. Yeah, we know that Quentin Tarantino is a lot more splurts than there would be.
Yes. So, that's what we have in our bodies.
Yeah. When I think about it, a rabbit's body is so much smaller.
Yes.
So to begin with, there's so much less blood.
Yes.
So and there's also a bit of fur to like catch that, and then
right as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is a good point to end off here.
Yep. Dreams and movies and murdered rabbits.
Yes. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you all next time. Bye.